Hey, what's up, guys? Double Dog Gamer here. Welcome to another Fucked Up Fridays, and we're bringing back the War Thunder gameplay. The new patch is coming out soon, and I'm really excited for it. It's going to add a lot of new planes, a lot more stuff, bomber cockpits, finally. So we're going to be posting some gameplay of that when that comes out. Definitely, pretty excited for it. And this week, I'm going to talk about one of the most fucked up things I've ever seen in my life. It takes a lot to disgust me. It really does. I mean, I was in the Marines after all. You can only imagine the kind of fucked up, disgusting things I've seen. But this story really took the cake on that one. I mean, there's only so much you can see before you're like, all right, that right there is it. That is it. So, anyways, when I got out of the Marines, one of the jobs I held was a security guard, and technically, you could have called it a private cop more than anything else. Just in the things we did weren't normal. This was for a neighborhood with a bunch of fucking multi-billionaires. These people had more money than they knew what to do with, and all they did was fucking pop pills, get drunk, and crash their fucking Ferraris. It's pretty much all they did. They were just fucking retarded. So this job, we would do all kinds of things. We wouldn't be like normal security guards. We would remove alligators, remove fucking snakes and rattlesnakes for people's houses and shit. Fucking, respond to medical calls. Like when we had a medical, everybody would grab their shit, we'd go out, fucking gear up, take all our shit in there, treat the person until the fucking fire department came and took them out. Like we did not normal shit. And this is where the story comes in. I mean, it was a weekly thing where somebody was having some sort of medical problem and we had to be called. And I've seen it all. I've seen fucking people dead on their toilets, people fucking having heart attacks in their showers, fucking all kinds of shit. But this one was really a very unique call. And definitely fucked. Like, after that, me and that job were kind of done. I was like, nope, can't do this anymore, guys. See you later. So anyways, it was a normal day. You know, doing my normal shit. Fighting crime, you know, getting paid. And the dispatcher called me and said, hey, this woman's neighbor called and said she's having a medical. You know, we already called 911. Go out there, check it out, you know, and see what's going on. It's like, all right. Now, this woman's husband recently left her for another younger woman in the neighborhood, and it kind of has something to do with the story. So, anyways, I go in there and I notice that there's fucking shit. There's like brown stuff all over the place. There's brown footprints, there's brown stains on the wall, there's brown freaking stains on chairs, and I'm like, please tell me this isn't shit. I'm like, this is disgusting. So, go in, and, you know, her neighbor, and it's like, this stuff's all through the house. It's like tracked through the front door, because they had this courtyard that you had to go through to get to the front door, and there's like a chair there with fucking brown stuff all over it. There's brown footprints everywhere, and stains on the ground. So I'm like, alright. So I get to the front door, it's open, I open it up, and I yell in, and her neighbor's like, yeah, come on in here, she's in the bedroom, it's really bad. I'm like, alright. So I walk in the bedroom, she's laying on the bed, butt-ass naked. There is shit all over her bed. There's shit all over the wall. There's shit all over the ceiling. And she's just covered in shit. And like, I had to take a step back for a second and just like realize what the fuck was going on. I looked at it and I'm like, oh my god, there's an inhuman amount of shit all over the place. I mean, it was like more shit than I've ever seen in my entire life from one person in that one instance. It was just ridiculous. So I'm like, fuck, man. I'm like, did I really just get into this shit? So I glove up and everything, go over there. She's laying butt-ass naked on this bed. She's fucking in her late 60s. It's nasty. It's really nasty. So I'm like, hey, you know, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, I don't feel good. You know, I want to die. And I'm like, great. Fantastic. So talking to her, asking her where she is, blah, blah, blah. She's just, not talking anymore. And I'm like, all right. So I asked her friend what's going on. She's like, I don't know. She's been, you know, uncontrollable shitting everywhere and vomiting. And I'm like, all right. So I'm laying there, and the chick's laying on her stomach, completely naked. I'm like, whatever, ignoring her. Talking to her friend, trying to find out what's going on, asking when 911's going to be there, because I really don't want to be in this house any longer than I have to be. And she's laying there, and all of a sudden, she just shits. And this shit goes flying like 4 feet in the air. I'm like, are you serious? I had to jump back. I was like, holy crap, it freaked me out. And it's just spraying up in the air. And her friend's like, she's been doing this the whole time. I'm like, what do you mean she's been... I was like, this is ridiculous. So I'm like, fuck this. So I back up a little bit, and her friend's talking. So we go to the other side of the bed because she was showing me this pill bottle that had next to her bed, and it was, of course, it was fucking painkillers. It was completely empty. I'm like, all right, that's not good. So the woman in the bed rolls over and puts her ass towards us, and I'm like, I don't like that. So I took the clean kind of sheet that she had at the bottom of the bed and threw it over her. Right as I did that, with her ass facing towards me, she shit, and the sheet caught it all. And like completely turned brown. I was like, holy crap. It was the most violent thing I've ever seen in my life. Just straight. I mean, the sheet moved. It was that bad. I was like, holy crap. So at this point, I'm like, I'm over this. I'm so over this. I'm going to get shit all over me. I don't know. This isn't cool. So I'm sitting there trying to deal with the woman, trying to take her blood pressure and stuff. And I don't even want to touch her because she's got shit all over her. And I'm like, this is disgusting. Like, I don't even want to have anything to do with this. There's shit, like, the more I look around this place, the more I see how disgusting this is. There's, like, black and brown shit all around the floor, all around the bed. The bed's just covered in it. I mean, absolutely covered in it. There's some on the wall, there's some on the ceiling. So, they said the 911's coming in. So I decided I'm going to go out, talk to them, tell them what's going on, and, she can stay there with her friend. So as I walk through the house, I'm just noticing empty pill bottles everywhere, pills on the floor, just shit, fucking shitty footprints, shit everywhere, shit on the counter, shit on these chairs, on our sofa, and like, I didn't notice it as I came in. It's just the amount of shit that was in this house. It was just ridiculous. So I'm like, oh my god, as I'm walking out, I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I go out, the fire department's there, of course, because it's in the town I live in for a while, and, my job, I know most of these guys. So they come in, and I'm like, listen, dudes, I'm like, this woman is shitting everywhere. There's shit all over her house, and I think she's trying to kill herself, so you might want to tell dispatch to bring out the sheriff's department. So they're like, all right. And they're like, you're joking about the shit stuff, right? I'm like, no, I'm not. Because I used to fuck with them a lot. Like, I'd be like, oh my god, the person's dead. And they'd be like, what? And I'd like, fuck with them. And so they're like, you joking with us? I'm like, no, I'm totally not joking with you. I was like, there's shit everywhere. So they start gearing up. They put on these little plastic suits and stuff. They put little fucking footies over their boots. They cover up their gurney with this plastic thing, and they go in. And, like, I just remember walking in the room, she's like, I want to die. And, like, they both look at me, and, like, their faces, when they see the shit everywhere and everything, it was just priceless. It was just it was a face of confusion and fear. It really, it's the only way I could explain it. And it was bad. I mean, they sat there, tried treating her. I mean, they were just covered. Like, they were picking her up and stuff, putting her on the gurney, and the shit's transferring all over their glove, all over their suits they put on. And it was bad. It was really bad. And so they take her out, and they tell me, hey, sheriff, he's supposed to be coming this way. Why don't you hang with him so you can go through the house with him? And I'm like, all right. So they're like, they're probably going to Baker act her for all this shit she's fucking saying and stuff. And I'm like, all right, so I'll hang for the sheriff. So about 20 minutes goes by, and I'm sitting outside just feeling completely disgusted. I feel like I have shit on me. Like, even though I can't see it, I feel like I have shit all over me. I'm like, all right, this is cool. So I wait 20 minutes. Sheriff comes up, another buddy of mine. So we sit outside, shoot the shit for a little while. And he's like, how bad is this? And I'm like, this is pretty bad, man. And he's like, nah. He's like, I've seen some fucked up shit. And I was like, I've seen some fucked up shit. I'm not going to pull your chain about this. I was like, I'll fuck with the other guys, but I ain't going to fuck with you. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, you got your little crime scene booties? He's like, of course. It's like, you might want to put them on. So at that point, he's shaking his head, gets his little booties on, puts them on, gloves up. We both go in there. And he's just sitting there, standing there in the living room going, what happened here? And I'm like, I was like, dude, this chick shit all over the place. And he's like, I know. And he's like, how? And he's like, how long has this been happening? He's like, this is not normal. This is not the amount of shit a person can, crap out in a day. And I'm like, dude, I was like, I'm telling you, this probably happened in an hour. And he's like, there's no way. So we're walking around the room. He goes in the room and was literally, like, taken back by it. He stopped and, like, kind of jerked back a little bit and was like, what the fuck? Because there was just shit everywhere. I mean, I wish I'd taken pictures of it to show people because nobody really kind of can comprehend how much shit was in that room. It was just ridiculous. So after we're both kind of settled on, like, you know, the shock value of it all, we start going through the house, and there's pills and pill bottles everywhere. So for an hour, we went through and found 16 empty pill bottles ranging from antidepressants to fucking, you know, painkillers. 4 empty wine bottles, an empty bottle of fucking rubbing alcohol that had been poured into a glass and possibly drank, and just other random stuff. So he ended up leaving. He's like, "We're Baker acting her. You're probably not going to see her again." And I'm like, "All right." So he leaves. I call my boss and I'm like, "Listen," I tell him what's going on. I was like, "I need to take a shower." He's like, "Go to the fitness center, take a shower." So I go to the fitness center and I scrub myself for like an hour and a half. I was like, I got out and my skin was like the pruniest I've ever fucking seen because I was so disgusted and felt like I'd shit on me. I had to make sure I was clean. Never got a thank you, never got a fucking raise for any of that shit. It was just dumb. But never saw the woman again. Hopefully they fucking threw her in a fucking tiny little cell that had padded walls. But it was bad. Still some of my buddies who still work there, they give me shit about it all the time. They're like, why did you always get calls like that? That was just crazy. That was definitely the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Dead bodies and stuff I can handle. That's no problem. But shit all over the place is a completely different story. But anyways, we're going to be bringing more city life and island life this weekend. And then we're coming back with MSO. We're going to do more War Thunder. I'm going to be doing the videos you guys want to see. It just takes me a while to get to them. There's a lot of games you guys want to see, unfortunately. But anyways, if you like the video, give it a like, leave a comment, give it a favorite, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.